Hi everyone, good day, welcome to my channel. My name is Fred. Okay, so today we'll be looking at a different topic, and that is development. But before we take examples, I would like to explain something about a cylinder and a cone. All right, now a cylinder can be closed or open. So in a question, if you're asked to develop a closed cylinder, you should know that the top of the cylinder and the bottom, they are closed. Okay, depending on the kind of cylinder you've been, whether it's a truncated cylinder or a complete cylinder. Okay, so if it is an open cylinder, it means you do not have the bottom. This doesn't exist, and you do not have the top as well. So it just opened. Okay, so the same thing with what? A cone. Now, if it's a closed cone, it means the base, the circular base is what? Closed. You understand? Okay. If it is open, then it looks exactly like this one. It's an open cone. Do you understand? So take note of that. Now, another thing I want you to also take note of is if you pick up a tin milk or a tin tomato, there is a part of that tin milk or tin tomato, as the case may be, that has a line. Okay, you will notice if you take a very close look at them, you will see a part of the tin that has a straight line. Now that's actually the part where the tin milk was joined, okay, or folded. You understand? It was joined. It is called seam, seam, seam. Okay, so now that's the part where or through which you can actually what open up the tin milk or tin tomato, as the case may be, any form of tin at all. You could open it up. Okay, now take example, this is a cylinder, okay, a closed cylinder. Now if I open the cylinder through this seam, okay, so let's see, if I open it up and I spread it out, I will have something like this. Okay, now what do you see? You see a rectangle, this rectangle, right, and the circular top and the circular bottom. Now this is called the development, or you can call it a pattern. All right, this is called the development of the cylinder you saw initially. Okay, so this is basically what we're going to be looking at in the following examples. Okay, now it is very possible also to truncate, that is to slice this object. So let's assume this is a complete cylinder. Now I could slice this part off. I could just cut through like this and remove this part. Okay, now in that case you will have a truncated what cylinder. Now the same thing applies to this. Okay, all right, now if I open this up from the seam, if I open it up from the seam, just a minute. All right, so if I open it up from the seam and I spread it out, you have something like this. So this is the development or the pattern of the what of the cone. All right, of the cone. So this is a cone. All right, so now I also want you to take note of something else. Now there is something called elevation and plan of any object at all. Now let us assume this is a cylinder, okay, and this is me. I'm standing here. Now if I'm standing and I'm viewing perpendicular to the surface of this cylinder, what I will be seeing is called the elevation. All right, it's called the elevation. Now if I move up, okay, far up, and I view, what I'll be seeing is called the plan. All right, so plan and elevations are very expedient and very important in development. Now let me show you a few. So if I'm viewing this object, this cylinder, okay, now this is the elevation. Now definitely the elevation will appear as what? A rectangle. See, from a distance what you will be seeing is a rectangle. Now the plan, from a distance, what you would be seeing is a circle. You know, this is not really perfect, but what you will be seeing is a circle. So this is what the plan. So this is the plan and this is the elevation. The same thing happens to a cone. So from a distance, a cone would appear as what? A triangle. Okay, a triangle. So this is the elevation. All right, then the plan, you know, you have to view from the top. Now the plan will appear as what? A circle. So let me position this very well. Okay, so what you're seeing is what? A circle. So this is the plan. So this is plan, a circle, and this is what? Elevation. It will look like a triangle, but it's actually not a triangle. This is what? A cone. You understand? So it has a circular surface. You understand? But it will appear as a triangle from a distance. All right. Okay, so something else you should take note of is the fact that a cone, a cylinder or a cone can be truncated. Okay, so if I slice this part off and I remove this part, if I slice it through this, like let's assume the ruler is my knife or a cutting object, all right, and I slice this part off. Now what you will be seeing is this, all right. Now I could slice in any form, all right. So that would be the elevation, because nobody is actually going to, no examiner will actually give you a question to develop a cylinder. Okay, they will definitely truncate it, you understand, slice it, and they will ask you to develop it. Now if I slice a cone as well, okay, for example, if I cut through like this, definitely this is what you're going to be seeing. All right, now this is just indicative of the fact that this was what, a complete cone, and this part of it has been what, removed. Okay, so this is the frosting of the what, of this cone, you understand. So these are the kind of question you'll be given. All right, now let's go straight to business. Okay, so I have two questions here, example 1 and example 2. This is a truncated cylinder, and this is a truncated cone. So I'm going to be treating this in this video. We'll treat this example in the next upload. Okay, this is going to be like the part 2 of it. Okay, now take a very close look at this question. I hope you can see that very clearly. Now this is a truncated cylinder with all the dimensions indicated. Now this is 70, that's the height. 70, this is what, 56, this is the diameter. This is a symbol of what, diameter. Okay, now it is telling you that this is a cylinder and it has a circular base, which is what, which has a diameter of what, 56. Now the height here is also indicated as 25. Now the question is said, draw the development of the truncated cylinder above, all right, using AA as the seam. No, I told you something about the seam, which is the part through which you open a cylinder, okay, the last time. All right, now this is the seam. It means you should start the development from here. Now we could also take it as the seam, but in this question you weren't told that this is the seam. All right, so this part is the seam, so that means you have to start development from this part. All right, you develop this object, this truncated cylinder, from using this part as the seam. Now definitely if you're going to draw, you're definitely going to move this, okay, to the left hand side, like as you can see, then develop to your right. Now if this part were to be my seam, all right, then I'll definitely have to move it to my right hand side, okay, and develop left, because this is my seam. Do you understand? All right, so now, and also you should understand that you need the plan, all right, to be able to draw the development. So you need both plan and elevation to be able to draw what, the development. So I'm going to start straight up. Okay, so with information I have quickly drawn the elevation. Okay, so this is 56, all right, this is 70, as you can see, so this is 25. All right, so let me quickly explain how I came about this. So I drew a line, okay, this is 56, as you can see. All right, 50, 55, 56. So after drawing that, I dropped a perpendicular using my set square, any of the set squares. Okay, so I dropped a perpendicular like this. Make sure you align this part, okay, with the horizontal line. So I dropped a perpendicular and I measured 70 on it. Okay, so I transfer this line, this one, so you align your set square with this line here. Make sure it is properly aligned, then you support with your ruler or with any other set square. All right, and I transferred here and I drew this line and I measured 25 on it. So I connected this, that's 70 to 25, and that's my elevation. So the next thing is to draw the plan. Now before you draw the plan, you have to locate the center of this base, okay, because if you are going to be drawing a circle which will represent the plan, the circle is going to be 56 millimeter diameter, all right, and half of 56 should be 28. Okay, so you are going to stretch 28, because 28 plus 28 is 56. So this is 28 on my ruler, as you can see, that's 28. All right, but before then I would need the plan to coincide with what? With the elevation. So I think the smartest thing to do is to draw a line. So locate the center of this. So I've already done that. If this is 56, half of 56 will be what? 28. So this is my 28. So I've already located it. So you just make a slight depression there. All right. So this is 28. So I will transfer a line, a thin line. Okay. So I will align again my set square with the edge here. All right. And transfer to that center here. Let me ensure that is correct again. So I'll transfer to the center here. This is my 28. So I will draw a thin line upward to touch just this part. Okay. So with my 28 already stretched, I will needle at any point of my choice. Okay. Just ensure there is a little gap between the plan and the elevation. So any gap of your choice. So you needle. Remember, this is 28. And if I draw the plan like this, so this is my plan. So you can see this part will what? Coincide with the circular plan. Can you see that? All right, so this is the center. All right, so the next thing to do is to divide this circle into 12 equal parts. So I will do just that quickly. Okay, so I've done that. I've divided the plan into 12. Now remember, the elevation is thick line. The plan, the circle itself is thick line, but every other line you see there are thin lines because they are actually construction lines. All right, now, so here we have it. So this is 0, 1, 2. Now you might be asked, you might want to ask a question that why did I start my 0 here? That's because this is the same. I'm starting the development from this part. Okay, this is the AA. Do not forget, this is it. You were asked to use here as the same. So since I'm opening from here, it has to be 0. So I will go 1, 2, 3 to 12, back to 12 to 0. That's 12. Now, if this is were to be my seam, then my 0 definitely will have to be here, and I will just go clockwise 1, 2, 3, 12. I hope that's clear. Now the next thing to do is, now please watch very closely. I am going to draw lines, okay, parallel to this line, okay, this line you're seeing, all right, from 7, 8, 10, and 11. Now take note, 11 and 1, they are coinciding. So what I mean is this: if I connect 1 and 11 now, okay, they should be going through what? Same line. So, but I wouldn't want to draw the line from 1 through 11 or from 2 through 10, you know. Why? Because I don't want my plan to be crowded. So if I'm drawing a line from 11 upward, you should understand that that line is representing what? 11 and 1. From 10 upward, you should understand it is representing 10 and 2. From 8 upward, it is representing what? 8, 4. And from 7 upward, it is representing what? 5 and what? 7. So they are coinciding. Do you understand? All right, so I'm going to draw lines from all the points on the circle. All right, so I will transfer this middle line. So align your set square with this middle line, or the center line. Then connect 6. Definitely 6 should coincide with the edge of the elevation, same as 0, which is also 12. Okay, then connect 11 and 1, but there's no point, like I said, drawing it all the way from 1. Just from 11 is okay. We understand what's going on. The reason is not to avoid crowding the plan. Then you transfer to 10. To 10, draw upward to touch this section surface. All right, then transfer to 8. I hope you can see that clearly. Transfer to 8, you draw upward to touch the section surface, and finally 7. Okay, and there we have it. All right, so we have lines drawn parallel to this center line, as you can see. So the next thing to do now is extend this base out. So align your ruler and draw a thin line out. Okay, any length of your choice. Now, this is where we're going to develop this truncated cylinder. All right, so you can choose any point along this line to start your development. All right, so how do you go about that? Transfer a line. Just transfer any vertical line. All right, from here you can choose the line at the center. or anyone, just any line at all. So transfer and choose any convenient point of your choice where you start the development and draw a line perpendicular to that line, the horizontal line. So this is where I'm going to start my development. So the next thing to do is now take any of these divisions. You know they are all equal. All right, so just take any of them and step off 12 equal divisions along this line. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. So take any of these divisions. So you can see 1 to 0, 1 to 11, they are all equal. So just take one of them, the same thing. Then from this line, you needle here, you step off 12 equal divisions. So this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, up to 12. Okay, so there you have it. Now what I would like to do next is what you should do next is, now you see this point where these lines are touching the section surface, all of these points. Okay, now you're going to transfer this horizontal line. Okay, you transfer to all the points. All right, so you transfer to this point, you draw, and so on. But the first thing I would like to do, I would like to draw the one on the top first to complete this part where I will have my development. Okay, so I don't draw lines coming out of the prepared expanse or space for the development. So I would like to transfer this line to this top first. All right, draw thin lines, please do not draw thick lines, thin lines. Okay, now when I'm done doing that, I will transfer this line, any of the vertical lines, okay, to 12 because I want to complete this rectangle. All right, so you can use any method that is convenient by you. Okay, so align and transfer this line to 12. All right, so here I have it, 12. So this is what I'm talking about. I will complete this part now. So this is it. Now this is where we have my development. All right, so the next thing is transfer lines to all of these points. Okay, horizontal line. So transfer this, do not miss this first one, and draw thin lines to the end. Transfer this. So just continue like that and transfer all the lines, all the points. Sorry. Okay, so there you have it, all the lines. Okay, now the next thing is to transfer this line, or just transfer any of the vertical lines to 1, 2 to 12. Okay, so just align with this. Make sure your set square is aligned with this line here. All right, so you transfer to 1. Sorry, let me do that again. 1, 2. Ensure the lines are parallel to 12. Okay, so there you have it. You have all lines drawn. So the next thing is to trace out points on this development, this space for the development. So watch very closely. Now this is 0. All right, this is definitely 0. You can see 0.0. So you match 0 with 0 here. So you match numbers on this plan with numbers, corresponding numbers on this development. Do you understand? So 0. So this is 0. So you match it with 0. So this is 0. So they will meet at this point. 0 meeting at this point. So you have a point there. Now this is 11 and 1. Remember I told you both numbers are coincide. They're on the same line. They're on the same line. I deliberately didn't draw this line from here all the way, but they're on the same line. So 11 and 1, they're on the same line. So you're also going to look for 11 and 1 here. So trace. Let me use the pen. So when you trace this line, this is for 11 and 1. So this is for line 11 and 1. So you trace. Wherever you see 1 and 11, you dot. So you can see 1 coinciding. You dot. So continue on the same line. So we have 11. Can you see that? You have the point. All right. So remember, I think I skipped 12. Now this is for 0 and 12, really. Just 1 point alone for 0 and 12. So I've done for 0. Okay. Then for 12, you trace down, you see 12. So this is 12. All right. Now this is 10 and what? 2. So this is 10, 2. You trace Where is 2? This is 2. They will meet here. You continue, look for 10. This is 10. They will meet here. Now we have 3 and 9. So 3 and 9. 3. Continue. This is 9. This is 8 and 4. 8, line 8 and 4. So 4 and 8. So this is 7 and 5. So you trace 7 and 5. So it's going to be 5 first, 5 and 7. And this point is standing alone, 6. So definitely 6. Now use a French curve or a flexible curve to connect this curve. All right, and also draw this part to complete the development. So you draw this using thick lines. You draw this part using thick lines. You draw this part using thick lines. Then you use a curve to connect this part. Okay, flexible curve, a French curve, or a broomstick. Now there's a video I did on how to connect curves. You can go look, check it out, and so you can know how to connect your curves. Okay, so this is the development. All right, now remember I told you it could be closed or open. Now if this were to be an open or opened cylinder, you just leave it like this because there is no covering at the base. Okay, there's no covering, that means it's open. But if it is closed, now you know definitely that after truncating the cylinder, the top has been removed. So definitely this circular part on the top has disappeared, so you wouldn't need to draw it there, but you still have the circular base. Okay, so just choose any point of your choice along this 0 to 12. Okay, any point. So I choose 6. So what you do is just extend the line, choosing any point of your choice. Extend any of the lines. So if I'm choosing 6, I will extend 6 out. All right, like this. If I'm choosing 5, I will extend 5. 3, I will extend 3. Any line or any point rather of your choice. Now check the radius of this circle you drew, which is 2.8, I guess. Yes, 2.8. All right, now needle here on 6. If you are using 4, you needle on 4. 3, use 3, 2, and so on. So you needle on 6. You draw an arc there, so that becomes the center of the circle. So needle on this arc. All right, and draw the base. That's the cover, the base cover. Okay, like this. That if it's a closed cylinder. So this now becomes the development of this. All right, thanks for watching. If you were blessed by this video, if you found this video interesting, do not hesitate to tell your friends about it, and also do not forget to subscribe to this channel, as I will be uploading more videos. All right, thank you.